Welcome back, Tigers! This is the second video in our Salesforce email and calendar integration series. In this video, we will learn how to set up the Gmail integration and allow users to access a side panel where they can search for Salesforce records, relate emails to records, compose emails using email templates from Salesforce, and more. This video is for users who do not have the paid Salesforce inbox license and are using a paid Gmail account. Let's go check out how to leverage the features included with our Salesforce subscription. All right, here we are in Salesforce, and our first step is to go into Setup. We're going to go to Gmail, Integration, and Sync. And then you'll want to enable the Gmail integration. And then you can choose whether or not you want to keep Gmail and Salesforce connected. If you disable this, they will be required to connect Salesforce every time they log into Gmail. Then right here, inbox in the Gmail integration. So we're going to click Edit Settings. And then we're going to make inbox available to users. And then you're going to assign the permission sets. The permission set that you're going to need to assign is called the Sales Engagement Basic User. This one right here. So this is included in Enterprise Edition. In Performance and Unlimited Edition, I believe it says Sales Engagement Included or something like that. And when you click on this permission set, you're going to be able to see that it has access to all of this functionality, but this is the only way that you're going to be able to give access to inbox to your users without an inbox license. So you'll click Manage Assignments and you'll add whoever you want to have this permission. We'll go back to the Setup Assistant. Inbox features also require Einstein Activity Capture. If you haven't enabled Einstein Activity Capture, we have a really great video on how you can set it up in less than 30 minutes for your users, and it explains how it all works. You can get the link in the description below to that video. Then you want to enable external email tracking. That means it's going to track whether or not people open or click your emails. You can also track internal emails. You'll have to determine if that's necessary within your company. Then you can also identify IP addresses that you want to exclude from email tracking. That is everything that you'll need to enable for inbox. You'll come back to your Gmail and integration sync. You'll go ahead and refresh this. And then you'll see that this section looks a little bit different. No longer have to edit the settings because you have enabled it. Now we're going to customize content with App Builder, and we're going to create a new email application pane, and it's going to be with inbox features, license required. Now you can choose to change this however you want. I think it's pretty solid how the standard one is laid out. We're going to go through all of the features that are available in this email application pane and how to use each one. I'm not going to make any changes to this. And we'll go ahead and set this as the default email application pane. You can set up different ones for your users who are on different profiles, the same way that you can set up different Lightning record pages for different profiles. All right, so that should be all set up. We'll go ahead and refresh this page. And then we should see our inbox default layout show up underneath our email application pane. And then that's it. That's all you need to enable here. Lightning Sync is deprecated, so you should be using Einstein Activity Capture to sync your emails. That is the new functionality Salesforce wants us to use. Now we're going to show you how to install the Chrome extension. So here is a link that we'll provide you in the description below. Go ahead and go to that link, click Add to Chrome. Make sure you review any of the terms and conditions for this Chrome extension. Make sure it complies with your company's policies. Click Add Extension. Then you will see Salesforce has been added to Chrome. You can close this out, close this tab out, and then you'll see in your extensions, you'll see Salesforce listed. You can click that and it will open up your side panel. If you are looking to test this in a sandbox first, you can click the extension, go to the three dots, click Options. That will open up this screen and you can point the environment over to the sandbox. We're now going to log into Salesforce. Okay, and then what you'll see happen is this says you have no access. Please contact your administration to request access. And then when we refresh, we'll see that we have access to actually 2 different Salesforce side panels. So we'll log into this one. Then we'll click continue here. We'll click allow. We'll click agree. And then we'll log into Google. Okay, and then we'll refresh. And then here is our side panel. Now I've read that the reason there's 2 side panels is one is for Gemini related AI things. I'm not sure why one isn't working and one is working, because in my testing both were working. So let me know if you guys run into any issues with one side panel not working versus the other. They should look the same. So now let's review all of the functionality that you have over here in this side panel. So if we click on this email right here, we can see that our side panel changes, and this is actually an email that was synced over to Salesforce with Einstein Activity Capture. So we can see that we can actually edit the related records right from here. We can edit the associations. So the same way that you saw in our Einstein Activity Capture video, we can modify the associations right from the Gmail side panel. Then if we go to our tasks, this is going to be the list of tasks that you have in Salesforce. This is the same standard component that we can add to our Lightning record pages. Then our feed is going to show us whether or not people have opened, clicked, or replied to our emails. So we will see this in action. Let's go ahead and go to settings, because it says notifications are disabled in the feed. To see notifications about engagements and records assigned to you, turn them on. So let's go ahead and turn those on. So I want to show notifications in my feed when emails are opened, licks are clicked, or records are assigned to you. You can also snooze the notifications too, if you want to, for a certain amount of time if you're going on vacation. So I'll click save there. I'll click allow. And then we don't have anything currently yet, but we will. And then our scheduled items is going to show any emails that we have scheduled for the future. Now we can also search for any record in Salesforce from the search bar up here. We can go to Janet Thompson's contact record, and then we can see all of the details about Janet. We can look at the related records as well. We can see the opportunity. We can click to the opportunity, go to the details there. We can see the activity history for all of these records. So you can really work directly from your email, and using the side panel, be able to see everything in one view. Now we're going to compose an email. And what happens is when you compose an email, you'll see that this tab over here, Compose, gets added to the ribbon. And there's a lot of functionality within this tab. You can access different email templates in Salesforce. So we can click email templates. We can select if we wanted to filter for email templates related to certain objects. We can search for an email template here. I want to look for all Lightning email templates, and then I'm going to email a prospect here. So I selected an email template, and I'm going to select the contact, and then I'm going to click insert, and then it's going to insert the email template into my Gmail compose screen, and any field merges that are within that email template will be populated based on the record that you selected in the previous screen. Let's go ahead and look at what that email template looks like in Salesforce. So I can click email templates, and I'm not going to be able to see it from here. Let me go into Salesforce here. So here we can see the recipient first name is a field merge, and we can see that it was automatically pulled into my email template. Now, one thing that I haven't been able to figure out is how to get the actual email address from the contact to populate into the to line. That does not happen. I don't know if there's a way that you can do that. Let me know if you guys know how to make that happen. Okay, then we're going to go back to this screen here. We're going to enable email tracking because we want to be able to identify whenever this prospect opens or clicks the email. Text shortcuts is a really cool feature. that allows you to create shortcuts and then automatically add them into your email. So if you wanted to add in "great to meet you, I'm looking forward to speaking further," you can click that and it will automatically put it in there. You can also create your own text shortcuts to use in your emails. Now, the meeting availability, we're going to go over in a future video. There's a couple of steps to that, and I want to make sure that we go through all those features. And then you can also choose to send this email later. If you enable that, you choose a date and time when you want the email to go, and then you click send later. You don't click send over here or else it's going to send the email right away. You click send later over here. All right, let's go ahead and send this email. And then I'm going to reply to this email off camera, and I'm going to click the email so that we can see some items come into our feed. Okay, so I just replied to the email that was sent right here, and then I'm going to go to my feed, and you can see that it's really instantaneous. You can see that Janet opened the email and then replied to the email. Now let's go ahead and compose another email, and let's schedule this one to be sent later. So we'll go to our email templates. We're going to select a different email, and then I'm going to email Janet again. And then I'm going to send this later, and I'm going to schedule it to go out on the 2nd at 8 a.m. Pacific time. And then I'll click send later over here, not clicking send over there. And then we'll go to our scheduled list, and we can see that this is who it's going to. This is our email, and you can edit the send time, or you can delete it to cancel the scheduled email. You can also use the global actions here in Salesforce. So if there's an action that maybe your users need to take from the email pane, you'll want to set it up as a global action, and it'll show for them there. And those are all the features that you can leverage with the Gmail side panel. That's it. That's a wrap. Be sure to subscribe to Blue Tiger Academy so you don't miss our next video that will show you how to use the meeting availability features included in your Salesforce subscription. Sharing meeting availability will save your users time when scheduling meetings with prospects and customers. Let us know in the comments below if you have any questions or if you would like to see a video on a different Salesforce topic. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.